Welcome back. In this video, you'll learn about Laravel 13 controllers. Controllers are an important part of the MVC model view controller architecture. They handle user requests, process application logic, and connect models with views. In simple words, a controller acts as a bridge between the model data and the view user interface, helping your application respond to user actions efficiently. A controller works on user requests. It is a PHP class that receives and handles HTTP requests from users. By default, controllers are created inside the app/http/controllers directory. A user request can be anything, such as visiting a page, submitting a form, storing data, retrieving data from the database, or performing CRUD create, read, update, delete operations. Controllers help organize application logic and act as a bridge between models and views. Controllers can be created easily using Laravel artisan commands. In Laravel, there are mainly three types of controllers: basic controllers, resource controllers, and API controllers. The first type is the basic controller. In a basic controller, you manually create all the methods you need, such as index, create, store, edit, update, delete, search, or any custom function according to your project requirements. The second type is the resource controller. Resource controllers are more organized and save development time because Laravel automatically generates all the standard CRUD methods for you. This makes your code cleaner and easier to maintain. The third type is the API controller. It works almost the same as a resource controller, but it is designed specifically for APIs. Since APIs do not display forms, the create and edit methods are not included. That's why API controllers only contain the methods needed to handle API requests and responses. Now let's understand controllers with a practical example. First of all, let's see the location of the controller files. In VS Code, look at the left sidebar where your Laravel project is open. Inside the project directory, see on top the first folder known as App Folder. Open the App Folder. Within the App Folder, you'll find the HTTP folder. Click on it, and then open the Controllers folder. Inside the Controllers folder, you'll see a file named controller.php. Open this file. As you can see, it is an abstract class. This file is automatically created when a new Laravel project is installed. Every new controller that we create in Laravel extends this controller class through inheritance. This allows all controllers to share common functionality provided by the base controller class. Now let's see how controllers can be used to display views. Open the web.php file inside the routes folder. Here, we are currently using a route that directly returns a view. This is known as a static way of displaying views. Instead of returning the view directly from the route, we can use a controller. The route will send the request to the controller, and the controller will return the view. This approach is more organized and is commonly used in real-world Laravel applications. Now let's apply a controller to our welcome page. To create a controller, we'll use an artisan command. Open the terminal in VS Code and type PHP artisan. As soon as you run this command, Laravel displays a list of all available artisan commands. In this list, you can find the command used to create controllers. Laravel provides the make:\controller command for this purpose. Now let's create our first controller. Type the following command in the terminal. PHP artisan make:\controller welcome controller. After pressing enter, Laravel will automatically create a new controller file named welcome_controller.php inside the controllers folder. If we go to our controller folder, we can see that the welcome_controller.php file has been created successfully. This confirms that our first controller is ready to use. Now let's open this controller and see its structure before using it to display our welcome page. As you can see, Laravel has automatically generated some code inside the controller file. The welcome controller class is already extending the base controller class through inheritance. Now let's create a function that will display our welcome view. Inside the welcome controller class, create a public function named index. Inside this function, use the return statement and call the view helper. Then pass the name of the welcome view that exists inside the views folder. Now our controller is ready, but we still need to connect it with a route. For this, open the web.php file. Here we are currently using a route that directly returns the welcome view. We no longer need this route, so remove the existing code. Next, create a new get route. In the first parameter, pass a / as the URL. In the second parameter, pass an array. Before using the controller in our route, we first need to import the controller class. At the top of the web.php file, write the use keyword. After that, write the folder path step by step. First write the app folder, then the HTTP folder, then the controllers folder, and finally the welcome controller file. This import statement tells Laravel where the welcome controller class is located so that we can use it inside our routes. Once the controller is imported, now, inside the route array, write welcome controller class as the first value. As the second value, write index, which is the function we created inside the controller. Save the file and go back to the browser. Refresh the page, and you'll notice that the welcome page is still displayed correctly. If you click the home navigation link, you'll see that the page is being displayed through the controller successfully. Now let's display the remaining pages through controllers. Before creating controllers, notice that the first 4 pages belong to the front-end section of the website, while the dashboard page belongs to the admin panel. If we create all controllers in a single controllers directory, the front-end and admin controllers will be mixed together. As the project grows, managing controllers will become difficult. To keep everything organized, we'll create a separate front-end folder for public website controllers and a separate admin folder for admin panel controllers. This is a good practice because it keeps the project structure neat, clean, and easy to manage. It also helps us quickly identify whether a controller belongs to the front-end or the admin section. For this, go to the terminal and write PHP artisan make controller. After that, write the folder name front-end, then a /, then write the controller name about us. Press Enter to create the controller. After the controller is created, look at the VS Code sidebar. Inside the controllers folder, Laravel automatically creates a front-end folder. Inside that folder, you will see the file about us.php. Now press the up arrow key on your keyboard. The previous command will appear again. This time replace about us with contact us controller and press Enter. Laravel will create the contact us controller.php file. Again press the up arrow key. Replace contact us controller with post controller and press Enter. The post controller.php file will be created. Once again press the up arrow key. Replace post controller with category controller and press Enter. Laravel will create the category controller.php file. Now if you check inside the front-end folder, you will see all files are created successfully and properly organized in one place. The welcome controller also belongs to the front-end section, so we will move it into the front-end folder. Just place the cursor on the controller file, drag it into the front-end folder, and when a message appears, click on Move. The welcome controller file is successfully moved into the front-end folder. Now go to the web.php file and update the route again. Since the controller is now inside the front-end folder, we also need to update its path. So, after the controller's namespace, add the front-end folder to correctly point to the welcome controller. Now let's display all views through controllers. For this, we need an index function inside each controller class. First, go to the welcome controller and copy the index function. Then go to the About Us controller and paste it inside the class. After pasting, change the view name from Welcome to About. Next, open the category controller. First paste the same index function, then change the view name to category. Now open the Contact Us controller class, paste the function inside it, and update the view name to Contact. Finally, go to the Post controller class, paste the function, and set the view name to Post. Now each controller is properly connected with its own view, and all pages are displayed through controllers. Next, we connect the controllers with routes. For this, open the web.php file. Here, all routes are currently using the direct view method. Select the view function and press Ctrl+D to replace it with the get method. Now update the route step by step. First, go to the About route. Remove the view name from the second parameter and replace it with an array, and inside the array, write About Us controller. Before using controllers and routes, we must import all controller classes at the top of the file. We do not need to open each controller file because the file name and controller name are the same, so we can directly use them by copying the import statement and changing only the controller name. Copy the import statement of Welcome controller and paste it below. Then change Welcome controller to About Us controller. Again paste it and change it to category controller. Repeat the same process for contact controller and post controller. After importing all controllers, we can use them in our routes easily. Now we write the About Us controller class in the route as an array parameter and pass the index method as a string. After that, we copy the same array parameter and paste it below for the contact route. In this route, we replace the controller class with contact us controller. Again, we copy the same structure and use it for the category route and change the controller to category controller. Finally, We paste the same array format for the post route and update it to post controller. Now all routes are connected with their controllers. But before testing this, we need to understand one important thing. When we move the welcome controller into the front-end folder, its namespace automatically changes according to the folder structure. That is why in the welcome controller file, we see the namespace pointing to the front-end controller path. However, when we check other controllers like about controller, we may see a different namespace, such as only the front-end controller path. Because of this mismatch, the browser shows an error. To fix this, we copy the front-end folder path and paste it into the namespace of the welcome controller. After saving the file, go back to the browser and refresh. It will automatically work correctly. Now click on the navigation menu items and check that everything is working fine. Thanks for watching the video. If the video was helpful, please comment, like, and share the video.